Prejudice is a concept that affects societies worldwide, often in ways we may not immediately recognize. At its core, prejudice means forming an opinion about someone or a group before truly knowing them, usually based on stereotypes or superficial traits. These preconceived notions can be subtle or overt, but they always have the potential to cause harm. In this video, we'll explore what prejudice really means, why it's so damaging, and how it shows up in everyday life. By understanding the roots and forms of prejudice, we can begin to recognize it in ourselves and others, setting the stage for meaningful change. Word prejudice comes from the Latin prejudicium, meaning judgment in advance. In both American and British English, it refers to making up your mind about someone before you know anything about them as an individual. Prejudice can be based on race, gender, age, sexual orientation, or any number of other factors. These assumptions are often rooted in stereotypes and can lead to discrimination. Understanding the true definition of prejudice helps us see how easily it can slip into our thinking and behavior, even when we don't intend it. Prejudice is not a new phenomenon. Its roots stretch back through history, evolving in language and society. The term itself has synonyms like preconception, preconceived notion, and prejudgment. These words all point to the same idea: making decisions or forming opinions without sufficient knowledge. Recognizing these synonyms can help us identify prejudice in our daily conversations and thoughts, making it easier to address and challenge when it arises. Prejudice isn't just a private opinion. It can have real damaging effects on individuals and communities. When people act on prejudiced beliefs, it can lead to exclusion, bullying, and even violence. Prejudice lays the groundwork for discrimination, creating divisions between groups and fostering animosity. Social psychologist Gordon Allport described how prejudice can escalate from simple stereotypes to dangerous levels of partisanship. Throughout history, these attitudes have led to some of humanity's darkest moments, including slavery, segregation, and genocide. Looking back, we see how prejudice has shaped societies in profound ways. For example, prejudice against black people in the United States led to centuries of racial discrimination, including slavery and segregation. Similarly, anti-Semitic attitudes in Nazi Germany paved the way for the Holocaust. These tragic events remind us that unchecked prejudice can have catastrophic consequences. By studying history, we can better understand the importance of confronting prejudice wherever it appears. Prejudice isn't limited to one form. It can manifest in many different ways, affecting people based on age, class, race, gender, and more. In this section, we'll break down 7 common types of prejudice that continue to impact society today. By recognizing these forms, we can become more aware of how prejudice operates and how we might challenge it in our own lives. Ageism is prejudice based on age, often targeting the elderly. Many societies undervalue older adults, overlooking their contributions and sometimes isolating them from the rest of the community. This can show up in the workplace, where older employees are passed over for promotions, or in social settings where they may be excluded. Ageism is harmful because it denies people respect and opportunities simply because of their age. Classism is prejudice against people based on their economic or social class. It often manifests as disdain or discrimination toward those perceived as being from a lower class. Classism can create deep divides in society, making it harder for people to move up or feel accepted. It's important to recognize that everyone deserves respect, regardless of their financial status or background. Homophobia refers to prejudice against people because of their sexual orientation. This form of prejudice can lead to discrimination, exclusion, and even violence against LGBTQ+ individuals. Homophobia remains a significant issue in many parts of the world, affecting people's rights and well-being. Challenging homophobia means standing up for equal rights and treating everyone with dignity. Racism is one of the most pervasive and damaging forms of prejudice. It involves negative attitudes or discrimination based on race or ethnicity. Throughout history, racism has led to countless injustices, from segregation to violence. Even today, racial prejudice continues to affect opportunities, safety, and quality of life for many people. Recognizing and challenging racism is essential for building a fairer society. Sexism is prejudice based on gender, most often directed at women. It can range from dismissive attitudes to outright hostility and discrimination. Sexism limits opportunities and perpetuates inequality, but it is being challenged by feminist movements and advocates for gender equality. Addressing sexism means supporting equal rights and opportunities for all genders. Transphobia is prejudice against transgender people, often resulting in discrimination or exclusion based on gender identity. This form of prejudice can make it difficult for transgender individuals to access healthcare, employment, or even feel safe in public spaces. Combating transphobia requires understanding, empathy, and a commitment to treating everyone with respect. Xenophobia is the fear or hatred of people from other countries or cultures. It often surfaces during times of migration or social change, leading to hostility against immigrants or refugees. Xenophobia can result in policies and behaviors that exclude or harm newcomers, making it harder for them to integrate and thrive. Overcoming xenophobia means embracing diversity and recognizing our shared humanity. Combating prejudice starts with awareness and action. It's important to call out bigotry when you see it, whether in your personal life or in society at large. Educating yourself about different groups and their experiences can help break down stereotypes. Engaging in activism and supporting anti-prejudice initiatives are powerful ways to make a difference. Finally, examining your own unconscious biases is key to personal growth and creating a more just world. Practicing empathy is one of the most effective ways to overcome prejudice. By putting ourselves in others' shoes, we can better understand their experiences and challenges. Empathy helps us build stronger relationships and lead more effectively, both personally and professionally. As we challenge our own perceptions and biases, we contribute to a more inclusive and compassionate society. Remember, change starts with each of us.